Okay, good afternoon. We're going to go over an old story, but it really needs to be brought up again because it just needs to be brought up. There's certain things about the Fisherman's Story that never really has been looked into. It hasn't been really analyzed, and I'm going to go through the interviews that he did early May to the middle of May. I think it's from the 9th to the 21st. I know Flo did an interview, but Flo, I think, did an interview late July or somewhere in there. These are fresh, meaning it's fresh in his memory what the events were of that day. And I'm going to go over bullet points of each interview, and then we're going to talk about after why is this being brought up now. Okay. So starting with May 9th, ABC 13 News article. Okay, bullet points. I just happened to be there that day fishing, but I would like everyone to know I had nothing to do with this. Heard a faint cry, a real faint cry. 2 to 3 minutes later, heard a gunshot. He was ready to get out of there, but then saw 3 people at the lake on the boat. I plainly asked them, "Did you all hear that gunshot?" They said yes. Okay. A couple questions I have about that interview. Now remember, this is May 9th. Where are these 3 people on the boat that heard the gunshot, heard the cry, allegedly? Why haven't they backed up his story? And if her cry was so faint, how did you hear her? If you've ever seen any of the videos, Rob did one, CJ did one, the Francis family did. The outside noises of the birds and whatnot are not soft. They're not quiet. So if somebody's got a faint cry, you'd have to be within feet of them to hear it. Just speculation, okay? All based on my opinion. But we'll talk about that when I'm done. May 10th, News 13 WBTW. Bullet points. Her bank card, her keys in the bag, a small bauble, credit cards, bank cards, and a few receipts. Maybe 5 minutes. I heard a cry. No, I heard it for 2 to 3 minutes. Then the crying stopped. It was a faint cry. Okay. May 13th, ABC 15 WPDE. Heard faint cry, 2 or 3 minutes, heard a gunshot. He's holding up a phone. Now he's on the lake, or near the lake, I think. This is a news interview, so it's televised. He's holding up his phone. He's showing the map of where he was located. He's literally within the same area where Micah's body is found. He's pointing at it. May 20th, News Nation. It's television interview. I heard a cry, heard a gunshot, not a loud gunshot. It was less water. I went in with my boat. You can't get in with a boat. There is a path leading straight up to where her belongings are. When I pulled up in here, I saw it being her bag, laying on the bank. I just grabbed it. I don't know why I grabbed it. I looked around, never looked at anything or nothing. I got out, took the stuff, put it in my boat, went back to the landing. She had $500, a little over $500. Every bit of that money got back. It was a fanny pack. Quit trying to be investigators. I did not do this. I've even been trying to figure out what happened, and claims that will be his last interview. May 21st, Newsweek. Bullet points. I heard a cry. I heard a gunshot. That was about 2 minutes or so after I started hearing the cry, and then it stopped. Now, Newsweek says that he adds layers to his story. While out on the boat, the fisherman saw items laying on the bank. He pulled his boat up, he got out of the water, and looked around. He felt like something was wrong. No one was there. The fisherman found Miller's fanny pack, including her driver's license, bank card, keys, and $500 in cash. I don't know why I grabbed it. Didn't ever look at it or nothing. Okay. Now that's twice he said that. Both interviews. If you didn't look at it, how'd you know its contents? Now, mind you, Micah had a little lock on her purse. It's actually seen in the video at the gas station. What was he looking for? Why did he leave with it? Who did he take it to? The fishermen believe that Miller came to the water area, which is surrounded by trees, from a path. There was a path ending straight to where her belongings were. Quit trying to be investigators, he said. I did not do this. Newsweek ends with, the Robeson County Sheriff's Office has been in contact with the U.S. Attorney's Office and FBI that was clearly investigating in the early stages in South Carolina. That was already, not clearly, forgive me, already investigating in the early stages in South Carolina. The Sheriff's Office requested assistance from both agencies. Okay, why is this being brought up? Number one, it's clear there's consistencies. Now, when Flo did his interview, you're talking about maybe 2 months later. And to not remember things exactly may make a little bit of sense. So this is shortly after her death. That's number one. Number two, the truth never changes. The truth always stays the same. No matter what happens, no matter what you've been through, and no matter how much time has gone past, and hasn't been much time at this point. Pretty significant story to remember as well. Why would there be inconsistencies? This is what I believe. I don't believe he did it. So please don't bother this man. I do believe, however, that he had either been manipulated or intimidated to be part of it, to help cover it up. This is my opinion, speculation, okay? Based on what I'm finding in these inconsistencies. I believe he is withholding and not telling the whole story. He is withholding information. Now, by now, he might have spoken to the feds, and that might be cleared up. But in these interviews, there's an obvious deception. So what I did was I took the News Nation one, because it was really more detailed, and I sent it to Jack Fox, the one who did the deception analysis on JP's announcement of Micah's death at the church. And he also covered JP's request for donations for the Dare to Care mission. He also did. He's from the Never a Truer Word account on YouTube. So I contacted Mr. Fox. I sent him a copy of the News Nation interview that was done on the 20th of May and asked if he would please do an analysis on that interview. Because I feel there's a deception going on, but I'm not sure, because I'm not an expert on what it is. If there's none, I will report that there's none. But I'm looking forward to hearing from Mr. Fox. Now, he happens to be located in the UK, so he is 5 hours ahead of me. 5 or 6 hours, I'm not really sure how it works. I don't know even how long the process is that he needs to go over the interview and break it down. But tonight, on CJ's Crime Concepts, we will be going over the 911 call from the neighbor. We'll be breaking that down once again. And then at the end, we will be doing a prelude to the breakdown of the Fisherman's Story, because tomorrow night we will be gathering with a panel of people to break down the Fisherman's Story even more. Hopefully, Mr. Fox will either have an answer for us, an analysis for us, or even maybe join us. But tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, CJ's Crime Concepts on YouTube. Now, I want to make a quick announcement about TikTok. I'm hearing a lot, and I've been under the belief that TikTok's not going to be available for Americans much longer. And with that being said, probably by the end of August, I will be shutting the TikTok account down, and I will be moving everything over to YouTube and possibly Rumble. I would hope and suggest that if any of you want to keep following me, that you just go over to Creator de Class Magazine on YouTube, and just start following me there. So it won't be immediate, but it will probably be by the end of August that move will be made. So I just wanted to share that with you as well. So we'll be going over these things, breaking them down tonight and again tomorrow night on CJ's Crime Concepts. So I hope to see you there. And until then, God bless.